This shot, he's one of those guys who I always think it's going in. Every time it looks
good. Beautiful shot.
How many guys like that in the NBA? Maybe like 7. MPJ's one. I always think it's going in.
But MPJ's isn't as smooth.
All right, here we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Presented as always by Miller Lite. What time is it, boys?
Oh, it's Miller time.
It's also bounce back time. Denver Nuggets and Phoenix Suns, 3 teams both looking to bounce back after heartbreaking losses in the in-season tournament presented by Emirates. We're also in the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. If you guys are Nuggets fans, you found the right place. If you're Phoenix Suns fans, you found the wrong place. PHNX Suns doing this exact same thing over there. Probably say the exact same stuff.
What about their team?
Yeah, about their team.
Yeah. Exactly.
So go over there and hang out with your homies. But if you're a Nuggets fan, this is the place to be. Pre- and post-game shows and off-day pods. Hop in the Toyota chat and talk to other Nuggets fans. They'll be friendly, I promise. Nuggets Suns. Brennan Votes in the house.
Man, first game with this vibe, I think, where it feels like they feels like they kind of need this one. It needs maybe strong.
No, I mean, it's fair.
Yeah, it feels like they need it. And I'm also not sure if they're going to get it. We'll find out together.
I said this earlier today to you guys. This is the first time I don't feel like the Nuggets are going to win. Doesn't mean I feel like they're going to lose. But every night I've walked in being like, they should win tonight. This one I'm like, we'll see what happens.
The vibe's like, yeah.
Harrison Wynn's in the building.
First must-win game of the season?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Not must win, not need, but feels like it.
Yeah.
First feels like a must-win game of the season.
Perfect.
Nice.
That's
in the conversation.
It's in the conversation for a need. Rounding out the show, the Superstar Dev.
I'm just so excited that me and Harrison have on the exact same.
I know.
Look at this, man.
I mean, we didn't even mean to do this, but we could just cut a Black Friday promo right now.
Yeah,
you
could,
also can get this sweatshirt.
Wow.
This one right here.
This very sweatshirt. You can wear this, the same one me and Dev are wearing. Go to the DNVR store. You can get it for 30% off.
30% off.
30% off. There
That's
you
like
go.
the same discount that I got.
Incredible.
That is an incredible deal, man. Speaking of saving money, I give you guys a quick personal story.
I would
think
love
it's kinda
nothing
funny.
more than that. Yeah.
I got a lot of time on the pregame. My daughter lost. Oh man, I hope she's not watching this. She lost a tooth last night, so the tooth fairy had to come. And, we get home at like 1 in the morning.
How'd you do?
Well, we have this thing where the tooth fairy will deliver it in the window, so you don't have to, whatever. But she, clever as she might be, said, no. I want to test the tooth fairy. I'm going to put it right under my pillow, make sure I sleep on it, put it in a bag.
Right.
So 1 o'clock in the morning, the tooth fairy, coming fresh off a loss, has to
Did you Big Val heave Bo into the room?
Well, my wife who was asleep, and I wake her up as I'm getting home, and she's like, "Oh, I got to go do that." And I'm like, "I can do it." And she's like, "No, you cannot." And I'm like, "Well,
You're not exactly a guy who sneaks into rooms."
I was so offended too. I was like, "I could totally do this." Should have heeded her warning a little better.
It didn't work.
It did, but it took an hour. Because the first, she's sleeping, hands under pillow, head on the, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was Fort Knox trying to get that thing, and I'm moving it, and she actually woke up for a split second, and but didn't wake up with her eyes. Just kind of wakes up, picks her pillow.
You're freeze.
I did. I'm freezing in the room. If she wakes up, she's gonna scream.
Y'all playing a game of Operation.
Yeah.
It just buzzes as soon as you touch the
Well, then how she falls asleep is even worse. Somehow she even more covered it, and I'm like, all right, I got to give an hour for her to move. I was like, I'm leaving the room. I'm gonna have to come back an hour later to see if she moved, and she did.
Nice.
So, Tooth
Mission
Fairy
accomplished.
Tooth Fairy successfully delivered her.
I tried to put up a whole baby gate today. That was my whole afternoon. Didn't go that well.
Took the whole afternoon.
I mean, it was a whole thing. Yeah.
You know what? That's how you cleanse the palate, though. After a loss.
Yeah, the handrail was in the way, and I had to do it from the other side. It was just.
Well, thought you guys would enjoy that one. Nuggets in Phoenix right now to take on Kale Sorbo's Phoenix Suns team.
Kale Suns.
He had a tough game for Kale tonight, man.
That's
I
right.
know, man. I mean, he's hyped up. You can tell over there. He's ready to go.
He's not even taking the game serious, though. He came in shorts. I thought he was coming in the suit tonight.
Well, that might
sure.
mean he's taking it seriously.
Yeah,
Shorts
because
in this
Phoenix-
weather.
No, he's in a Phoenix state of mind.
you're
You know
right.
what I mean?
He's doing
right.
here.
Yeah.
So KL very excited for to watch his
Yeah.
sons play. But what do we know about him there, Vote?
Oh, I really thought we were going to Harrison Win for game notes.
I can do that absolutely.
I was so certain that's what was happening.
The
So,
Phoenix Suns are 12-8 on the season. 12-8.
Yeah, but they've been on a roll,
You know, they
man.
bounced back from a 1-4 start
Wow.
to go 12-8 so far. They're coming off a loss though to the Oklahoma City Thunder, of course.
a narrow loss.
123-119. So they played
On the
Thunder
road.
tough in OKC.
With J-Dub's return in a game that was for all the marbles for the Emirates Cup.
And do you know who led the Phoenix Suns in scoring in this game?
It
Man,
seems like every time
this is
against the same guy.
make us all a little angry.
Steady Gillespie.
Sweaty
Colin
Gillespie.
Gillespie,
God.
24
Unbelievable.
points.
No, what's his nickname out there? Steady Gillespie was ours.
Solid
they call him
Colin?
something. No. They call him something way
it's
dumber.
like Young Demon or
Like
Young
li-
Villain. He's the
young
junior
villain,
villain.
or little,
Villain.
but it's not young, is it? I thought it was
It's
like
little-
mini
mini
villain,
villain?
Yeah.
or something like that.
He's
yeah.
Dylan Brooks' protege is the
Yeah.
idea.
He's nothing like Dylan Brooks, but okay.
Two players who don't really remind you of each other. Yeah.
It's like Zeke is mini Jokic.
So they've been playing well. I mean, as we know from Kale's Suns, 12-8 on the season, coming off this loss. They're also on a back-to-back. That game was last night on the road, so they're also traveling in this back-to-back back home. But this should be a tough game. They had some injuries as well, but a couple of their key guys are playing. Grayson Allen was questionable. He's playing. Jordan Goodwin was questionable. He's playing. But Mark Williams is out for them.
The Jokic stopper?
The one of them.
One of the
One
Jokic
of them.
stoppers?
He's out. Ryan Dunn is out. Jalen Green, he's been out for a while.
Wow.
So they're a little banged up, but they do have some of their key guys. I feel like it's going to be a pretty tough game. For Denver, on the injury front, Jokic questionable for this game. Left wrist sprain. We saw him being bothered by that wrist. He got it taped up at halftime, I think, last night. He is playing.
Yeah, did not start with the tape.
Yeah, did not start with the tape, but
But he's in.
he is in. Bruce Brown also left the game a little bit with that knee sprain.
Bro, that we didn't talk enough about it. It looked weird. Sometimes guys fall in a way that one did not look right. He
Yeah.
came back in and played, but I was honestly a little. Even now, I'm like, man, I don't know.
Well, he is also playing tonight.
Let's
He
go.
is in and good to go.
Let's go. He told Bennett Durando on the road, he said that he hyperextended it. So
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
It looked like it just buckled on him, man.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. Regular starters
That's a
for the
tough one.
Nuggets, or as regular as they've been recently: Jamal, Yoke, Cam Johnson, Peyton Watson, and Spencer Jones.
Same running it back with the same group. Just real quick on the Phoenix Suns, they were 11-6. This is the gauntlet they're running at the moment. They just played Houston, they lost. Sacramento and won, or at Sacramento and won. At Oklahoma City and lost. They have Denver tonight. At Lakers, at Houston, at Minnesota, at Oklahoma City. Then the Warriors at home, Warriors on the road, Lakers at home.
good God.
They might be underdogs in every single one of those games. So 12-8. In a weird way, this is a home game against Denver. 2.5 point favorite for Denver. This is as close as it'll probably be for them.
Wow.
In the upcoming. So
Yeah.
it is a must win for them just when you look at what they have ahead of them.
Yeah, I mean, especially if Kale wants to be right. So far, it's looking good.
Yeah.
But with that stretch of schedule coming up, who's to say? The Suns are motivated. They're playing well. They're having fun together, right? I mean, this is a group that I think is kind of thriving off of the everyone assumed we would absolutely suck. And so far, we might not suck. You know what I mean? That kind of energy that they're riding high. But that is a daunting stretch of schedule. And if you watched the Nuggets last night, you're probably smelling blood in the water, thinking, "All right, this is a team we can go get one against for sure." No disrespect to the Nuggets, but that's
They
where
look vulnerable. And
that's where
by the way,
left
they
it.
look vulnerable in the specific ways, Dev, that I like San Antonio as I rewatched the game, just sitting in that couch over there earlier tonight. they are good at some things that I think Denver struggles with. One of them is just, can you pressure Jamal Murray? And it's not pressure him to turn it over, but it's pressure him to take away a lot of the entries. And I think a lot of, as I rewatch the games, yes, Denver scored, but there is a fatigue factor too. Yeah, but we're going to make everybody else tired. And it might be part of why Denver did not play defense so well, is even though they were scoring every time, it was hard work.
Yeah, I mean, they're working extremely hard. They also spread you out and knock down the 3 ball, and that's something that they take away from. But as far as picking, Jamal and the defenders up full court right now, they're missing their best defenders right now. Not having done that changes some things.
It does, yeah.
Because of the type of physicality that he brings and how he's just constant the entire game. They're both on the second night of a back-to-back, so it's about the team that is not as fatigued, the team that is locked in the entire time. This is a bounce-back spot for both of them.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I mean, the Suns, I was just talking about Colin Gillespie leading the team in scoring last night. He's now out of the starting lineup with Grayson Allen playing. Grayson Allen missed that last game.
Right.
So they moved Gillespie to the bench, Grayson Allen in the starting lineup. And so a different look for them as well. They have Booker, Allen, Dylan Brooks, Royce O'Neal, and Iguodala as their 5.
Man, well, that'll be an interesting one. I still think this is a game, though, that I want to see what Denver. They will show me something if they win tonight, because this is a tough one. And it does seem like the Nuggets are a bit frustrated, lately. And this is a game where, does that frustration turn into a losing streak and you start to spiral, or does that turn into a galvanizing force? Tonight will tell the story. Another note from this, though, is Cam Johnson revenge game. Going back to Phoenix, where I think he is most known. Yes, he played in Brooklyn, but Phoenix, I think, is something of a home to him. So there's that element to it.
Yeah, and I mean, Cam Johnson looked great last night.
So good.
Defensively, he did some really good things. His 3-point shot is at a level right now where he looks confident, and you just think it's going in every time. And that's such a switch from how you were feeling when he shot it earlier in the season. He looks comfortable. He looks aggressive. Like, he looks confident with the ball in his hands to make something happen. And in those bench minutes last night, he was staggering a lot with the second unit. It was kind of on him to get the ball in the paint, get some stuff going, and he was up for the challenge. So I'm really looking forward to watching Cam every game right now. Like, he honestly is very high on my list of guys that I'm just like most intrigued by every single night right now. I want to see what Cam does tonight. So, and like earlier in the season, I almost didn't want to watch him at all because it was like a scary feeling when he got involved and stuff. So I'm just really excited with where he's at, and I can't wait to see what he does tonight.
You want to know something hilarious, Dev? What would you guess he's shooting from 3 this year? Cameron Johnson.
I've seen him miss every shot, so about 12%.
Not the last few games.
He's shooting on the season. He is shooting 40% from 3.
I was gonna say it like that.
Isn't that
He
hilarious?
just wasn't taking the shots. That was like the problem.
Well,
But
he's
he was
at like
missing
what
early, too.
70% in his last 5 games or so. That's probably made up for it.
But it is just kind of one of those things where it's like there's always going to be these statistical outliers in 10 games. They start to normalize around 20, and then this is why you play 82 games. Is it all comes out in the wash over a long course. But
I wish they had won, because this line from Cam would have been such a bar last night when he said it's a rhythm thing. I told you that when I was missing him, and I'll tell you that when I'm making them.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it is cool
he
to see it
can't
come
play
up.
well in a win.
Well, I have a theory on this because as
Yeah.
I'm rewatching the game, I have a theory on this. It's less about Cam Johnson scoring that, whatever. That's not the correlation. The correlation is teams deciding not Jokic.
Yeah.
We're not going to let it. And so, okay, the kickouts are going to be a little bit more open than usual. He's the recipient of those, as is Jamal and these other guys. But the real answer is, can they win without Jokic? And it's weird. This is like a hangover take, because we can go to vibe check. This is kind of a vibe checky hangover thing, because I'm worried about the vibe. We always ask this question of why are the non-Jokic minutes? It's like no matter who it is, the Nuggets forget how to play basketball when Jokic's not on the court. And I almost wonder, there is something to it. It's such a unique style that becomes your rhythm, and anything outside of that becomes off rhythm. And I kind of wonder if that's what happened last night. A team that says so aggressively not Jokic tonight, just anybody but Jokic. And the answer ends up being everyone, but for somehow that also threw out the rhythm. Or maybe it was just a bad defensive effort. I mean, because I'm talking about the defense. It wasn't the offensive rhythm.
That's what that's one note I missed last night, guys, talking to you, that David Adelman hit home. He's like, look, as far as Jokic's role offensively last night and how aggressive he was or wasn't, they're guarding him a certain way, and we scored 136 points.
Yep.
So you play a little defense, and we're coming out and talking about how we took the right approach.
But it was, when I say rhythm, though, do you remember the back and forth, Dev, with Vassell and Jamal? Well, one of those plays was Jamal pulls up, hits a 3, or hits a jumper. I think it was a 2, hits a jumper, and they have to take it out of bounds. They walk the ball up court, and Devin Vassell makes a 3 because Jamal Murray wasn't matched up with him. Like, for whatever reason, and this is what I mean about rhythm is, yes, you got a basket, but how do they score in transition on you when they had to take the ball out? The rhythm was off for Denver, or the focus, one of the two.
It always seems to be focused with Denver because we've seen this exact thing happen so much where they can score with the best of them. They are never locked in defensively. It just seems like playoffs is the only time that matters to them. But that's like what the difference is between, the best teams. They're always going to show up, or they're going to show up in these big games that matter to them. Denver doesn't do that. So they do have, you have 82 games. You need to lock in on that end of the floor, a lot more than they are. And you would think with having a Jared Dudley, or there's so much emphasis on team defense and things like that, that you would want to be better. But Adelman said it in the pregame yesterday. Guys just need to guard their man. That's really what it comes down to. Stay in front of your guy, try to lock down your guy, have some pride on that end of the floor. Because if they played even a tad bit of defense, that was an easy win for them last night.
I agree. I think you can isolate last night to the defensive end because, look, if they were a little better defensively and they won 136-130, we would have said, oh, man, Yoke didn't even have to do anything tonight. This was perfect. Jamal carried the scoring responsibility. Cam got going. Yoke didn't have to score 30. So that's how I look back at last night.
Real quick before we move on from Vibe Check, you've been around the team at the arena more than anyone. Yoke's been in this fantastic mood through training camp and through the first 10 games, but I kind of get the sense he's back to being a little grouchy.
I got the same read, honestly, and it felt like it started at the beginning of the week. You could definitely, I don't know if you guys are at the arena, so you probably saw, I don't know if this popped up on the broadcast. After one of the turnovers, he went back and grabbed the ball and just headbutted it into the ground. Very, very European expression of anger and disappointment.
You say a week, but I almost wonder if it just goes back to the injuries. If there's this thing of this year where it's like, my energy is being balanced, all the stuff, and now he's like, damn, man, I have to go back to last year.
It was a much more balanced ecosystem. You could tell everyone was really happy with the way, the delineation of responsibilities, the way the delegation, I should say, excuse me, the way guys like Jamal came in ready to go. Christian Brown had that great line coming into the season. We have everything we've ever asked for now. We asked for more depth. We got it. We weren't feeling the last leadership regime. There's been a regime change. Then they go from that to all of a sudden, Jokic and Murray are kind of back in that spot of having to dig really deep, having to overextend, and having to deal with these kind of miscommunications and suboptimal lineups. So, yes, I do think Jokic looks grouchy again. He probably could have helped his own case playing a little defense last night.
I think he sensed the snow. Snow was coming.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the travel. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe we're just reading into it. It's losing, literally just losing. But maybe it's even the travel because the Nuggets are in the middle of this. We're 14 games into their 35 straight days of going on to a different city every single night. So it might just be the accumulation of. It's so easy for us. Everybody watching this, us doing the show, we have the same rhythm. Yes, we're coming in and doing shows, but we're always in our bed. These guys are in different beds every night, and that does add up, man.
We actually did talk about that before this stretch started. We said at some point you're going to see that manifest and them dropping some games they shouldn't, or their energy getting kind of in a weird place. That's a very real factor. Having said that, the expectations are higher right now, and it's look, they're not as complete a team as the Thunder. They're just not. But when there's a team in your conference that just is not making any excuses and just buzzsawing their way through every obstacle. It feels a little bit like if we want to hold the Nuggets to these championship standards this year, they got to find a way to fight through this, whether it's inconvenient, unfortunate, or not.
Well, I see the comment here, Adelman's in-game adjustments are atrocious. One thing I've really been thinking about over the last 10 days or so, Nuggets have a deep team, and I think for the first 14 games, we're like, man, he's pushing all the right buttons. These rotations are incredible. All of a sudden, you take 2 guys out. Now you have a compromised rotation.
He's kind of like dealing with the hand Michael Malone had all of last season.
And the complaints are becoming Michael Malone-esque, where it's like, yes, when you have 10 playable guys that have different skills, you can push the right buttons. When you don't, you're like, Spencer Jones closes? I don't know. Let's try it.
Dude, but also, Adelman after last game sounded just like Michael Malone sounded
really did, man.
for the last 10 years.
He really did.
And it was for the first time. Adelman, he always has so much reasoning behind everything he says. You can tell every decision he makes coaching a game, he's thought out 2-3 times ahead of time. He's really detailed in his approach. And last night he was just like, I need to find some guys that are going to play defense. We got to take some pride on the defensive end of the floor. I was like
him.
That's Michael Malone. And it was the first time this season where he got so frustrated where that side of him came out. That side of the coach came out.
We're all back again, man.
Yep.
Old familiar territory. Let's go to the next topic here, which is now that the Nuggets are not going to the Emirates NBA Cup elimination round, they have been assigned 2 new games.
Yeah.
I haven't heard what they are yet, but I can't wait to find out what exciting matchups they have thought of.
Yeah. Well, the first game is a team that they haven't played at all this season. It's going to be a new, fresh opponent.
Okay.
Really interesting storylines that we've never talked about before. First team, Sacramento Kings.
Oh, my God.
Nuggets Kings again on December 11th.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They played the Kings for the first time on November 3rd. That was 3 weeks ago. They've played them 3 times since then, and we'll play them again in a week's time.
Yeah. So
Sacramento?
the teams that don't make the knockout round, you have to have 2 games added. And the one of the games is the Kings.
If I was the Kings, I would be pissed. I mean, pissed. Just losing to the same team over and over and
It is
over.
in Sacramento, though.
What does that mean? I would be so mad.
They won the last one, But yes, I do. They've had to play the Nuggets and the Thunder a bunch already. You know what I mean? And that's other than Russell
They might
Westbrook,
be tanking, though, now, so maybe it's actually a good thing.
That's
They're like,
true.
oh, sweet.
Dude,
Yes, it's kind of annoying, man. I know the NBA, everybody complains about it, and there are these things. And look, the Nuggets are all banged up. I'm glad they don't have an OKC or 2 matchup right now when they don't have their roster. But there is something, too. You don't play them until February, but yet you play the Kings 4 times before December 8th?
Yeah. Well, I mean, got to do everything you can for the NBA Cup to accommodate it.
Russ is looking at this kind of matchup like, yes, again.
Yeah, did Russ know?
Yes,
Did he know?
Again.
It's like, I'm going to play 4 games against the Nuggets, then I'm going to get waived and go to another Western Conference team.
By the way,
the second half of the season.
have you seen the controversial rebound they took away from Jokic last night? Did you see it?
We talked about it live when it was happening.
Insane that they took that away from him. He grabs the rebound.
Right.
And then gets shoved out
Are
of
we
bounds.
sure it was that one that they took away, or was it one from earlier in the game?
Somebody did the dive on it and
Okay.
said, oh, you're right. But somebody did the dive on it and said that was the one they took away. But
Yeah.
still very bizarre.
Yeah. Well, do you want to know the other game that got added to their schedule?
Let me hear.
I know it'd be really nice if it was an easy opponent. Just you could really relax and just get Yoke some rest. It's the Houston Rockets.
How do they decide this? Is it just the teams that were also in the pool?
Well, the Kings.
Oh, so the Kings weren't. Yeah.
So it's just
You would-
all the teams
you would have
that
thought
didn't
with how much
advance
they
the
played.
knockout round. I mean, the Kings are a bad team. Rockets are a good team. That's probably some of the thinking. But the game is on December 15th.
Let's
It's
go.
a yoke miss game against
Oh, man.
Alperen Şengün and the Rockets.
And on Peacock, no less.
That too.
A yoke miss?
Yeah.
A real
Yoke miss
yoke
game.
miss.
We got
not
a
round
yoke miss
yoke
game added to the
real yoke
schedule
miss.
today.
Oh, man, that's
I'm-
incredible.
With this team, I'd rather see them play the Rockets than
I know.
the Kings, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
They'll probably be locked in for that one. So kind of tough, to be honest. Houston is a tough one. Sacramento is an annoying one. I have no idea how they'll perform in these games, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. You can download the Bet365 app. Use that code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place a bet of $5. You get $150 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older. Physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev, I don't know if the Nuggets are winning tonight. I have to wait for you to tell me.
Oh, man. Well, that's good that we talk about this because I don't know either. The Nuggets come into this game as 3.5-point favorites, and I'm not telling you to bet for them 3.5. After I just seen them give up everything that they had to that team last night, I know the Suns are going to come in here motivated, wanting to push, wanting to play hard. I wouldn't do that on this one. I will tell you, though, if you look at the head-to-heads, Jamal versus Devin Booker, it seems pretty easy who's winning these matchups, and it is the Nuggets. So I would lean on the Nuggets side if I had to go with anything. I do like the over. We're just going to be playing the overs from here on out because Denver doesn't play any defense. Over 232, it just seems very, very easy. I'm going to go with the over on this one. On the other side of things, this one is tough because I thought he was going to be starting still. He's not starting. Colin Gillespie is my first one. He looks like he's found himself. I am shocked he's not starting right now. He's playing so well.
A little weird, actually.
But I still like his points. It's at 14.5. I'm going to go over there. I do like how Denver defends Booker, so I'm going to go under 26.5 points for him.
Is that with Christian Brown, though? Is this a...
I don't know. I think they're going to be able to slow him down. Maybe they put Peyton on him. He's been slowing down stars lately, so I'm going to go with that under. On the Nuggets side of things, our 3 points bet, Cam Johnson.
Let's go.
Over 1.5 3-pointers.
1.5?
1.5. It's so easy. I love the way that they found him. I love the actions that they ran. I just felt like they set up plays to get him open 3-pointers. And every time he shot it, it felt like it was going in. It feels like that right now. He's in a groove, and I'm just going to like that one, so I'll smash the over on that. Jamal has been getting others involved, and he's also scoring. He's getting this line a lot recently, and that's without spamming plays that work. I think he's going to spam plays that work tonight, so I'm going to go over 6.5 assists for Jamal Murray. I think it's the easy one that hits. Another bet that hits like every game that should be in lock territory right now is Peyton Watson. He's contributing in the starting lineup and doing it all. He's scoring, rebounding, finding the open man. This is a plush matchup for him to be able to get himself going. Give me the over 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Peyton Watson.
Wow.
If you look at this one, it hits every game. It really has since he's been in the starting lineup, so I really like it. I have a fun bet that I like. I expect Jokic to be aggressive in this one. I'm going to go over 7.5 free throws attempted.
Really?
You could do 7.5 free throws attempted. I think he gets this pretty early.
Who's the ref tonight? Oh, that's a question for me. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm like, you're going to ask me that? I don't know. I also think that Jokic, I already talked about him being aggressive. I think he's going to try to score. He didn't look good last game. He was not locked in. He was very bad defensively. I think that he looks at that and he says, you know what? I need to be better. I need to step up. I think he's going to be different. I'm going to go over 30.5 points for him. I think he's going to score. And for our lock.
All right, let's lock it in.
Lockiest of locks. Cam John. Look at what he has done. I'm a believer right now. I really do think Cam's in it.
Third option,
Dude, I
Cam.
love the story of 82-game season.
It's
I
our
know,
first
I know.
revenge spot for a guy that does not seem vengeful at all.
Yeah, least vengeful guy I've ever met.
But he's in a groove right now, and also he's like one of those people that's like, I did it for those ushers that was in there. You know, he's doing it for all the nice people. You know, the popcorn, give it out, so come get a beer and things like that. I'm just gonna go with that. Over 13.5 points for him. I like it.
Wow.
How are you feeling about the game vote?
I mean, better knowing that Bruce and Yoke are playing. Look, I'm banking on what I think the Nuggets need to bring to this game, which is we're embarrassed by losing 3 games at home in a row. We're embarrassed by how that last game ended. And so back-to-back be damned, on the road be damned. We're ready to go be the Nuggets. I'd love to see it. So I'm excited for this.
Wind?
I'm feeling good. It's easy to forget now. The Nuggets are historically a great team on the second night of back-to-backs.
That's right.
Especially Jokic. So, what a great spot for a bounce-back game. That's why we do. That's why I love the 82-game season.
Dev?
For nights like this.
I think that you could ask me after this game. Right now, I'm a little bit nervous. I did not like what I seen last night. Ask me after the game.
I'll ask for your prediction after the game is over. Kale, go ahead and say it. We already know who you're picking tonight. What?
Kale's picking the Nuggets.
Oh, Kale's picking the Nuggets.
He's-
This is really crap.
Is he turning his back on his team?
This is a sneaky win-win. He presents as a Nuggets fan tonight, but if
Right.
the Nuggets lose,
Yeah.
he's just
No.
quietly
I tried to
correct.
tell you guys.
If the Nuggets lose, I cannot wait for the snarky Kale comment
I'll
in the
have-
post game, and I hope he does it.
I'll produce. Kale will just host the show. I mean, I think it's only fair if that's how
That's
it goes.
great.
We have any super chats?
Hey, let's run through them. The boy's dad
The homie.
celebrating 3 months of membership. Good news via last night. Cam is now clearly in the groove. There will be a Jokic game at Ball Arena on December 15th. Is that a first in the Joker era?
Well,
Joker era.
no, because the first was Jokic. No, wasn't that? Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, it was. No, it was against Portland at home. That's the one-handed sleeper from the Joker. So
Peter,
But is this the first one since
It might
then?
be,
it might
actually.
be, man.
Wow.
Peter Duck, sorry for being sour yesterday, and this is the start of a 10-game win streak. I can feel it.
There we
Bounce back
go.
versus the Colin, basically MJ Gillespie.
Basically, MJ.
Eduardo Johnson, longtime listener, first-time super chatter, first day after joining as a diehard. Welcome,
Hey!
brother. Thank you very much.
Welcome, man.
And he's just begging the Nuggets to play a little defense
Hey,
tonight.
man. Great request.
And can Cam have a good game and a win?
I know, man.
Tonight.
Still waiting to see it.
Tonight will be a vibey one. All right, we're gonna head over to the watch along set. Go meet us over there. Hit the like button on the way out.
We all city like the mayor.